Dan Heng, Imbibitor Lunae, has been a staple of my 1.3 journey in Honkai Star Rail, and today we get to use him with his completed team. I've been working on my Hypercarry team build ever since I built Dan Heng about a week ago, and honestly the reason this took me so long is that I never invested into Tingyun and Pela early on in Honkai Star Rail, which is something I definitely wish I would have done, but I even gave new builds to Tingyun and Natasha from the ground up, which again is why this took so long. My Dan Heng has gotten an improvement since then as well. I run him on speed boots, and I was able to even get a better hands relic, which gives me crit damage of 23 with some decent crit rate, which is why I was finally able to reach threshold of 70 base crit rate on him, which means Rudolin Arena is always going to proc, and I have him at 174 crit damage. I'm actually quite happy with this build. Some of the pieces could still be better, but because I have his signature weapon, that's why I'm able to reach such a high amount of crit rate threshold with not too great pieces. His traces are looking pretty good as well. I do want to crown these ones, but I pretty much have his skill tree finished. Tingyun is next up, and like I said, I had to build her relics from the ground up alongside Natasha. I'm using the Messenger Traversing Hyperspace, which is one of the best support sets in the game because it increases your speed, and whenever they pop their ults, my allies get an increase by 12% with their speed. I'm using her particularly with Broken Needle to increase crit damage, and with Natasha, I'm using Fleet of the Ageless. Tingyun is using my Bronya's signature light cone, and Natasha is using her signature 4-star light cone. When it comes to Pela, the only thing that I wish I had for Pela more is that I wish I had her effect hit rate at like 67 so I could guarantee landing the effect, but 58 is not bad either. And I'm using her with 4-piece Musketeer and Cosmic Commercial Enterprise with the Nihility light cone from the event with Silverwolf. And I know a lot of you guys always want to see Memory of Chaos content on this channel, so I'm gonna do just a little bit here with Dan Heng. I think this is a really fun one to use him on. So normally with the cycle that I have, Tingyun first, Pela second, and then Dan Heng followed up with Natasha. I might as well go ahead and boost up because even if I seal one of them so they won't come back to life, I'm still gonna end up just having to worry about the other ones. And this way I can build up my ult pretty quickly. Now there are two things that I wish that I could have to make this team better. Well, first of all, I wish my Dan Heng's attack was a lot higher, but honestly because of the fact that I'm running with speed boots, that's why it's so low. And it's weird using a character's ult and that not being his main damage is something that I've definitely had to adjust to. But the real main thing that I would love to have on this build that I don't is Lucha, because he's such an amazing character that has great synergy with this team. And honestly, Natasha is she just doesn't do enough for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop my ult. But yeah, Lucha would definitely be a lot better for this team because his passive healing is just so much more broken, and the synergy that he has with Dan Heng is good too. So there we go, and we actually will be able to break it here if I pop my ult. I also could have just sealed them, but this will give me my stacks, and I also do get the boost stacks when it comes to having Dan Heng's signature weapon. As you can see, it's some pretty decent damage that Dan Heng's outputting here. Maybe I can go ahead. No, I didn't get it. That would have been great right there. Oh, actually, I did end up getting it from the hit. Okay, so we can weakness break everything. Nice. I don't have my full stacks here, but I will have my ult. So yeah, Dan Heng definitely makes this team do good. I just don't have, as you can see, the healing is the main factor that I'm missing out on, which is like why I said I would love to have Lucha. But that honestly made pretty short work of all of these. I also want to do this one because it gives you a boost for your basic attacks, so Dan Heng should be doing even more here. Even though I've already completed this one, I want to see how much his damage will be increased. But like I said, when I start off with the one stack from his Z, it actually does make the rotation better because I can definitely boost up 100% of the time, and it also makes it where I just have an easier time getting my ult like that. The defense shredding from Pela as well is really good because that goes along with his 4-piece set, because I do have him on 4-piece banditry. All right, Dan Heng should kill here, especially with his ult. And sometimes I use his ult first if I have it so I can get all the stacks, or like in this case, after popping the 3 stacks and then using this, I'm set again already, which is just really good. And there we go, man. That was a lot of damage, but of course he had so many boosts right there. Dan Heng makes Simulated Universe so easy also because just walking into a battle and immediately AoEing everybody like this, just it makes it so quick. And for farming Simulated Universe, it's honestly nice. All right, first elite boss. This should be easy, so I'm gonna pop Pela. And then honestly, yeah, I'll use Tingyun afterwards. If I have Pela's ult, I usually pop it here. Now, because of the way that I have everything, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my ult and then charge up with Tingyun, and then I'll also have the stacks to pop my E. So this is actually a really good rotation. And then in this case, I already have my ult again, so that's even more broken. Yeah, this setup is just so good. Like the enemies can't even get a chance to attack. Now, of course, I'm using the Path of the Hunt, so that's why I'm getting these specific boosts that make my action speed go up so much more. Now, if I did have E2 Dan Heng and Imbibitor Lunae, it would be more or less the same, because E2 makes it where when you use your ult, it advances your attack, which is something I wish I did have, honestly. But you can honestly circumvent that if you have Bronya, so running Bronya with this team is a good idea too, but I wanted to use Ting Yun. Oh, finally, an imaginary damage weakness enemy. Okay, there we go. So yeah, their weakness is definitely going to break super quick. And then will this kill? Yeah, this will definitely kill. All right, very nice. All right, so we've reached the end, and how am I doing on blessings? I picked the hunt path, so I have a majority of hunt ones, and this one is the one I was talking about earlier that actually makes my advance forward by 100%. So it's pretty much like E2 Dan Heng, I feel like, but I have a lot of the hunt path blessings here. Should be everything we need to go ahead and destroy the deer, because with all the imaginary weakness that it has and the AoE, he's really good for that. Now, before I got this Dan Heng, honestly, I would use Kafka, and she would do a pretty good job of this, even Scylla, but I feel like in Imbibitor Lunae, I actually do a better job with here, because the AoE, like I said, that he puts out, especially a lot of these that have imaginary damage weakness, Scylla just can't hit that much. I should have popped my ult there first. I didn't see that I had it already, but that's okay. We can get the damage boost here. This actually might kill. Yeah, actually, I should have saved my ult there for the next phase. And then Pela applying the defense shred on all of them too is really good. And the Path of the Hunt is also extremely good for this, because it can destroy everything so easily, because these trees are just a really annoying thing to deal with here. I'll actually attack normally here, since I'm going to pop my ult, and then I'll have the stacks. There we go. Man, that path resonance for the hunt, where it makes my action go forward, is so broken. Like, I'm just getting free attacks in here. There we go. This will give me my ult, and then I can pop it, and that'll give me another turn, and we're definitely getting rid of these annoying trees. There we go. And then another attack. I don't have just enough I'm missing out there, but that's fine. Honestly, this is probably the fastest I've cleared it, just because of the Path of the Hunt. Making it where I can just keep attacking is broken. Usually I run Abundance. So there we go. I'll pop that, and then the ult will go ahead and attack and give me enough stacks to move again right after. Wow, this was actually really fun. Being able to use Dan Heng that quickly like that with that resonance was so easy. And yeah, that was definitely my fastest run with Dan Heng against the deer. He just shreds it so much, and with Pela there and also Ting Yu providing buffs, he's just so powerful. That's gonna do it for my Dan Heng and Imbibitor Lunae Hypercarry team showcase. It's been a lot of fun putting this team together, because I finally have my other supports built up, not just Bronya, which was really good, and with the introduction of some new supports tomorrow, I think that this is going to be even better for my account. And honestly, I've just had so much fun building Dan Heng and Imbibitor Lunae, because I feel like he's a mixture of the things that I've enjoyed so far about Star Rail, having an amazing character that does a lot of damage like Scylla, and then having AoE potential with Kafka. Putting that together into Imbibitor Lunae, it's a lot of fun having those two things come together. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.